Just get a pay pig. You're
Just
the way
get
you're talking
I'm
about
trying, man. My tits
Well,
aren't
no,
that
you are
big.
now.
I'm just so disgusted they won't give me their money.
Oh yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. I'm rolling right now.
oh god.
I
You're-
don't.
I
I don't.
forg-
I don't want to. I don't want to put fetish content. Okay, keep that to yourselves.
Nope.
That's right. We don't put fetish content on our YouTube channel. We put it on our Patreon.
Fuck.
Yes.
I thought you were
Sign
gonna
up
say
for our new Patreon
OnlyFans.
tier where it's only Bioka fetish content.
Yeah.
Oh
Don't
my
you want to see?
god.
Probably
Don't you want to
could.
see Keloid's hooves? All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another Bioka Bakery podcast. This time, episode 10, and also the first episode of the new year. We're joined by a few folks over here. First of all, starting on the far end, we've got Keloid.
Howdy.
Welcome, Keloid. Then we also have the BusterZero.
New year, new me. Maybe. Probably not. Don't count on it.
And then we have a returning guest, Mr. Biscuits.
What's up, fuckers? I'm back. Y'all left the gate open. New year, old me.
How was that at least 15 seconds or something?
Oh yeah.
That one, well, again, we're not even monetized yet, but
Yeah.
they made the new rule for that.
Yeah. Well,
It's actually
yeah.
like just no like a hard limit.
This is the closest thing we'll get to monetization.
It's worthless.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's coming off. That's coming out of your body, by the way, later tonight.
I'm sorry, fuckers.
Damn it.
Anyways,
yeah, we could talk about that. I mean, it's so we're recording this kind of mid-January, hoping to release this in a week or two, but that is still pretty new news. YouTube doing a little fucky wucky.
yeah, I mean, this point, it's really weird too because nobody still seems to know exactly what the like actual wording of it is, like how it's being interpreted, because basically it was what 8 to 15 seconds into the video, like you can't say any like hard bad words,
Like
because
fuck.
if yes
Well, actually, what the part that really pissed people off is it's anything that could be considered like a no word. So like saying shit or ass,
Yeah.
within the first 15 seconds could get you, because like it was kind of known. Like I don't think it was ever said officially that within the first minute that would go ahead and affect monetization, but then also people always say, though a lot of it is just like um, you know a lot of people just have to do guesswork because YouTube is not transparent, just like every freaking tech company, on what their rules and standards are for moderation. But it was also theorized that just because whenever you get demonetized, it also affects like how often you're recommended. I think in some cases that is a clear thing where they will, but YouTube has tried to say in the past that just getting demonetized doesn't mean you get recommended less, but uh, that doesn't seem to be consistent.
Fuck YouTube. This is America. We have freedom. I say whatever the fuck I want.
I mean, you do.
Still get paid.
Yeah, but we're using their platform, so they still get to say what goes on their platform. They have that freedom.
They're in America, are they not?
No, one freedom overrides another freedom.
Yeah,
It's just freedom stacked on top of freedom.
exactly what's
Freedom.
going on
Nothing
here.
overrides a red, white, and blue.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
YouTube is red and white, so that's 2/3 of it.
That makes me blue.
Damn it.
But what I think it is, I think YouTube doesn't decide to roll out changes like this. I think they made the algorithm a self-sustaining AI that makes its own rules and that it can only govern itself. So that's why they don't know anything. It just makes sense.
they're playing
Mm.
follow up and like
Yeah.
makes a rule and they're like, how do we implement this so that people think that it's still a human doing it?
Yeah, that's the whole game.
We're
Damn.
onto you, YouTube. You better watch out.
Speaking of YouTube, you know how many fucking kids nowadays getting out of high school, they say that's what they want to do. They want to be YouTubers, fucking content
4.
creators. No,
Yeah.
a lot of them smart ass. They don't want to have a real job. And then the bitches getting out of high school, they say they want to do OnlyFans. I think that's horrible, and I won't stand for it.
Hold on.
But will
How
you
many
subscribe
people-
for
How many people fresh out of high school are you talking to?
0.
it?
What?
I'm talking. This is all through the grapevine, man. Going on the internet and whatnot, seeing, hearing from other people.
What
Other
if
Zero
they're
people-
liars?
talking, but all of them he's just texting right through your DMs.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
That's for the
Got it.
court to decide.
For the court to- Oh Lord,
Well, we all know the court of public opinion has final say.
that is true.
YouTube. Susan, what's her name?
Okay.
Dirty crust. Ruining the
Okay.
platform. It's
All
okay.
right. All right.
Just take our channel right now.
You know, we're trying to make money, but no, it's fine. We don't need to do that.
Sponsored by Raycon.
No,
Use
we're
code-
not.
No,
We're not
no,
going to get a
no,
sponsor this
no.
way.
We're gonna-
use
we're gonna
code
make us-
Bioka.
Bioka.
Listen to
Bioka.
Private, you're Ray Cutter, but no one will know what awful opinions you have.
MeUndies.
Oh, okay.
Me undies. Damn, I haven't heard of that in forever.
Yeah,
Blue Apron.
I don't hear them. I don't see them around anymore.
Hmm.
Or Blue Apron, actually. It's all like HelloFresh.
Yeah, HelloFresh is the new one for that.
HelloFresh is the new hotness.
Oh,
Raid
they
Shadow
dropped it.
Legends is still around.
Yeah, OGs.
What's that one zombie game, State of Survival? I see those ads a lot.
But not usually for like YouTuber shit. That's just shit that like gets spammed at you.
Yeah, I just mean like ads I see all the time. Damn it.
You won't last 10 minutes playing this game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I fucking hate any sort of mobile game ads. They're the freaking worst.
Yeah,
And,
They,
they're-
like-
they can be kind of funny though. I mean, like, because some of them just take it like they take it to the nth degree, and they're just like, it doesn't matter if this isn't even in our game. We're just gonna do it. And I give them props for that because they're jumping that shark like 50 times over just to be like, look at our game, play it.
Nah, fuck that shit. Whatever they show has nothing to do with their game. It's all bullshit. That pisses me off.
It's all
And
a bunch
it
of
also-
fuckers in India. They don't care.
All of them.
Every single one. The stupid Americans play our game. We get the money. We don't care.
Shit. Oh, all right. Starting off the new year well, just getting canceled right out of the gate.
It's fine. We don't need anything, right? We could just go back to doing the whatever we were doing before.
we were just in stasis. Just sleeping
Exactly.
in pods.
Yeah. We're going back to the pods, guys.
Is that what I was doing?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember anything before the pod.
Before the pod.
Yeah. Ads are pretty terrible. I remember seeing an ad before my game video where it's like, you know that gay mobile game ad where like you pull the keys? Well, I found it. I finally found the game. I'm just
Oh,
like,
Yeah. I've seen
Oh,
that.
it's Ebony.
I-
Ebony didn't
Yeah.
have that.
yeah.
It turns out they added it to the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little thing you can do with the key puzzles. I'm just like
I-
fucking stupid.
Oh my god. I hate those commercials. Fucking sound like a boomer. Those ads where it's like it comes up and then it's just like a streamer or whatever and they're just like talking about it and like they're like way too overly excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just like,
I
oh, I'm
really hate
about to
that
do
shit.
this pull, and come on, let's hope I get a SSR little pull, blah blah. Oh, I got this person. Dang, that really sucks, man. But I have confidence, and then the character comes up. They're like, whoa, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got the exact person that I wanted. That's like, that's not how gacha works. That's a damn lie. You cry every time you do your pulls.
It's true.
I hate it when I
Every
see the
single
fucking
time.
celebrities and they're reading off. They're like, "Oh, I want to tell you about this great new game I've been playing for years now," and then they're like, "Raid Shadow Legend." Like they're clearly reading a script, and like you don't know shit. You're a fucking successful celebrity or successful. You don't. I don't want to play your fucking.
You're cutting out a little bit there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Don't want to play
Yeah.
your fucking game. got
I
that?
see.
yeah, we got that.
Yeah, we got
Print-
that.
There you.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
So that's all we got.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I do have like a little bit of respect though for the grind of like somebody that's you know, whatever you call it, like streamer, influencer, all that bullshit, who's able to like put that much bullshit energy into everything they say, like, oh come on guys, let's go, let's do this and that, and then just like have a high level fucking intensity and be able to, I'm hoping, fake excitement. Well, I guess I don't hope, but like I'm guessing faking excitement.
Let's say you're super fucking popular, and they come to you. They say, Faiez, we want you to talk about Dragon Dildo. Would
Oh,
you
hell
would you
yeah.
do the same thing?
Oh, like talk about it all excited.
Yeah, all
I mean,
super excited.
I would do it
Are
as a
you-
parody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I've been
like, that
using
would-
this for years.
Alright,
They just-
that'd
They
be
just
such
came
a
out with
fucking
their-
good ad.
They just came out with their new model, the Smaug.
Oh,
greedy
shit,
for it.
Smaug.
Damn.
all their models are named after like different dragons in media.
I'm just like cradling it. You'll never get my horde.
Damn.
But with my 10% off coupon, you can.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Dude.
That I do like it when companies like that allow like the person to kind of just like make their own, like they basically tell them like you can kind of do whatever you want, just like at least hit these like key points of like what we want you to talk about, because sometimes they do tell them like you just got to read the script and like that's about it. But when they let people kind of like do their own thing, you usually get some like pretty fun results out of it.
I find that whole process so interesting. I mean, like Internet Historian has the greatest freaking ad reads.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like especially
So
on
good.
incognito mode.
NordVPN man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Like, I don't
created a
know.
character for it.
It's so good. Like, and I'm just so surprised he gets away with that shit.
He must actually be selling his subscriptions.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
I think there was one video recently though where he's like, oh, I don't know if I could get away with this one, like, because he was just saying a bunch of stuff that was like, oh, I'm gonna do this like crazy illegal thing or something like that.
Oh,
He's like, oh, they're not gonna let me get away with that one. I'm probably gonna lose my sponsorship after this.
I forgot who it was. But I think I know what you're talking about. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea like what the stipulations are for sponsored deals like that, or what the norm is.
There is no norm.
I imagine what it is probably like if you have probably less subscribers, they probably want you to stick to a script or closer to a script, and then at a higher viewer count, I think maybe like, oh, have you done successful campaigns before? Okay, well, if that's the case, then like you can do whatever you want. Or like if they have someone who is already really good at creating cool content for the ads, then they probably trust them to just do whatever, make it fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder like how often they really actually watch those though. Especially like like Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, I'm sure they don't look at like maybe a fraction of the different sponsor reads and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They probably don't look at them unless like if one of them gets like super viral, but for like the wrong reasons, then they're probably just like, okay, we don't want to do we don't want to do another sponsor ad with this person. Or if like some controversy comes up, then they probably just immediately pull out of like whatever person that they're doing a sponsorship deal with.
You really want to start bashing the Jews, don't you?
What?
What? Nothing.
No. Bro, look up the
Thank you.
first page of The Monster Girl Encyclopedia that I bought today.
You're sick.
Oh shit.
Volume 1.
All right, can you pick me up now?
Yeah.
Say something longer.
I love going to McDonald's to be disappointed every day. The fries are never good. The food is subpar. The service, it could be better. Is that good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you completely. I know
Okay.
entirely how you feel about McDonald's now.
All right. Well, we're back after just a quick second of technical difficulties, but during the break, Mr. Biscuits, you actually mentioned something about McDonald's, and that reminded me about an article I was saying about like the increasing amount of like cashierless McDonald's that are popping up. Like
Mm.
not
Ooh,
just
yeah.
the kiosks where you can order at the kiosk, but then there's a cashier. But they're starting to make it where there's literally not a cashier, and you just order or you order through the app, and they have a counter where they just like give you the food, and that's it.
Wait, really?
Oh.
Yeah.
What if I have cash?
I don't think so now.
Get the
It's supposed
fuck
to
out.
be-
That's what.
What if I have a check?
Definitely not.
What if I have a traveler's check?
Definitely.
I mean, they might rob you of it, but
They'll take it, but when you give it to them, you got to say boing.
So that actually reminds me of seeing stuff about companies that had AI drive-through. Like
Fuck 'em.
you speak to
yeah.
a computer, and it's like people seem to hate that idea, and
I do.
I do as well. Like from like the videos I've seen of it, I think Rallies was one of the companies that
Rallies.
yeah,
Wow.
that they started to make it so that their drive-throughs, a lot of them are manned by an
Fuckers.
AI to take your order.
I hate
It
that
does
AI.
seems kind of frustrating because like it's a sort of long process because like it needs to confirm what you're saying back to you, and then it processes the information for a little bit, then it asks you like what you want next or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
See,
Although,
fuck
Yeah.
Skynet.
so my only problem is that and I've talked to Keloid about it too before, but like I'm starting to notice that uh for like drive-through employees, they're starting to just like not be sociable really. So basically like because I remembered specifically because it was like freaking me out a little bit when it happened. But the McDonald's that's like close by to where I live, um I've gone there a couple times, and the person at the front window will usually, they'll say stuff. They'll be like, such and such, here you go, blah blah blah, and here's your card back or your change, whatever. But then when I get to the second window, the person at the second window doesn't say anything. Like they don't say here you go, they don't say have a nice day. Like they're just like silent the whole time, and they just like give me my stuff.
They hate their life. They hate their job.
I
And
get
hey,
that. Like I get that.
understand.
I get that.
I understand that, but like it's a job. I'm sorry. Like it's a job. If like and that's it's whole other thing of like, I understand people not liking their jobs, and that's why like it, but it's still like imagine if you just go to a place to order food and then they don't even say anything to you. They're just taking your card and they're just like swiping it, and they're just like they don't confirm anything with you. They just hand it to you. And then what if it's the wrong order? What are you going to say to them?
Oh, you raise hell. That's what you say.
But you can't, because they're not going to say anything to you. They're just going to look at you and then, oh, well, I hate my job now. And then you're the reason why they go on TikTok and say like, oh, I have to work 8 hours a week.
I think realistically what would happen is you would raise your complaint about like not getting the proper items, and then instead of having to deal with them possibly trying to defend themselves and say you're the asshole, now you'll just get people who are like, well, let me just go get my manager. They'll solve the problem, expediting the process.
It better.
He's just gonna say sorry and give you free shit, which is good. So you should always bitch. That's the lesson.
That's what I've learned here today.
That's the true meaning.
Learning and growing.
I completely agree with you, Faiz, that fuck Skynet, fuck the future, fuck computers. I don't trust it. We're losing. They took our jobs. And they're gonna keep taking our jobs. And I'd rather have an emotionless human that hates his life
But
with a job
what
than a
jobs?
fucking robot.
What
you
jobs
know.
are they taking if every single like fast food restaurant is hiring and not getting enough positions? Is that really taking a job?
Yeah, I mean it was there and then it's gone.
No, they're still there. Every fast food place is hiring right now.
You
Yeah,
see,
Yeah.
you give them
they're
an
not
inch, they're gonna
getting
take a
anybody.
mile.
What do you
You,
mean?
I
you
don't.
ever read Give a Mouse a Cookie? That's exactly what the fucking robots are.
No, give
You
a mouse a
start-
cookie is about
Yes.
communism.
You see? You see?
It's
It's
So
not
then
about
we
working at
don't want that.
McDonald's.
We don't want to give them a cookie, right? I don't know
No,
where
you
this is
don't.
going.
Fuck robots. It don't allow any of them in the workplace. One day the only jobs will be fixing robots. No.
Don't you want to fix a robot?
Fuck them. I want them to die. We can't all be successful podcasters, damn it.
What? I don't. Well,
To see a
I was gonna
podcast
say they
run by a
can't be
robot.
podcasters, but
Get enough
one-
robots together, they can make a podcast.
well, one of
Yeah.
them's already a VTuber now. Apparently,
Got canceled.
did
Yeah.
it?
They got taken down.
Really?
They
Oh,
got,
did they
well, they got
actually?
banned.
Oh,
I don't think they
And-
actually got canceled,
What
right?
the
Didn't they
hell?
just get banned?
Banned, not canceled.
okay.
And then the creator said something disowning it. I don't remember.
Just owning it. Okay, let's give a little
You-
context because we
You
kind of just
failed
like
me, VTuber. You are disowned.
so context.
I don't got no context.
Yeah,
I
he wasn't.
don't-
Look
But
over
you know
there.
about it.
Look at Keloid.
you would have brought the topic up. I just read it like a couple lines about it, man.
Yeah,
Well,
same.
I thought that's why I thought that maybe you knew about it. Okay,
Well-
fine. So basically, okay, I'll explain it. So basically,
Wonder.
on Twitch there was this AI. It was literally an AI program that was supposed to like take text from Twitch chat, and it's supposed to learn how to like respond. It was basically supposed to be like it was learning how to be a streamer, and it would actually like play games, and the model's like right there. So the model would it would actually like respond and talk like that. And then obviously like it started learning more about like speech patterns and how to respond to certain things. So people were like kind of going crazy with it. At least the last time that I knew about it, I think it started, which like it always happens with every single AI where people input text. I think it started getting a little bit racy with whatever it was saying. So,
What
but yeah,
about those Jews?
I didn't.
Poggers.
Again, twice.
Maybe
It's the first thing that came to mind.
but I actually didn't know that it was banned and that the creator disowned it. That's very interesting.
Yeah, you're getting too comfortable with that.
He pointed.
Don't look behind you. You're the only stack of money.
We're actually gonna have to fix you.
You talking about Airbud?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix Airbud.
But yes, what you're saying is true. Not you. You. Every chatbot
You
that gets exposed to like other people always gets messed up in some way or form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
because humans are the disease.
Yeah.
So we need Skynet.
Fuck you. The disease and the cure. Fuck robots.
The disease. That's not gonna help.
In the
Saying
future
the
we
disease
will be
and the cure.
in the future we will be fucking robots.
Oh, that.
In the future,
100%.
acting like it hasn't already
What do you
happened.
mean 100%? You're
100%.
against this. Don't say 100%.
I cannot say that is where we are leaning as a society.
I see.
It will happen. You look over there at Japan. Just go. Have a look over there.
You're looking the wrong way.
They're
Is
Is
already.
that the direction?
That's south.
No. Yeah, Japan's over there.
If you keep going south,
Oh.
eventually you'll fucking hit it, smart ass.
No.
Don't tell the viewers where stealth is. You're gonna dox us.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
You're gonna be outside our window, looking right past
Oh,
Master Chief.
Oh no.
Peeking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
want you guys. I mean, It's condemned. You can't come in. You can't come in. Sorry. Get out. Go away.
That's the future. Fucking robots. It's just gonna be very expensive,
Yeah, it probably would be pricey.
especially if you want to buy one that like cleans itself.
Oh damn! It cleans itself.
Well, now you gotta.
I'm gonna save up my food stamps.
No EBT allowed.
Costs enough to get one that cleans my house.
Starting to get
Nah.
into what is it? Detroit Become Human territory.
Oh.
There are no
That-
humans in Detroit.
I guess not. Well, yeah, because they have
fucking
cyborgs.
monsters.
Damn, you
Oh, yeah,
fucking tossing shade
RoboCops.
on Jews, tossing shade on Detroit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And this
okay,
whole
I'll
time you've
stop.
been
No.
the whole time you've been dunking on those robotic individuals,
Fuck 'em.
electro humans.
Electro
Dude,
humans.
the rate we're
Electric.
going, you know, eventually they're gonna be like, robots need rights. You know, it's gonna fucking happen.
I mean, if they get sentient enough, they should get
Fuck 'em.
rights.
They can be sentient all they want. They ain't getting no damn rights.
We make them
Uh,
sentient. They don't
no.
become sentient. It'd be our fault.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we
what-
never know when to stop. Just like me.
You should.
Oh shit.
So would you put your brain in a robot body?
Like just for fun.
That's gonna be permanent. You can't switch
Yeah,
back.
that's not just for fun. That's a life choice.
No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'd miss my dick too much.
Well, you get a robo one.
Yeah, you get a robot.
Yeah.
dick.
I don't care. It's not my real thing.
No, it's
But it could be better.
indistinguishable. Your brain
Impossible.
is hooked up to the body. Your mind sees it as your own.
I don't want to live forever and that robot shit. No, fuck it.
Well, with how technology is, it's definitely gonna have planned obsolescence.
Damn.
Mm,
Gotta keep making money for fucking all eternity to pay off your shitty robot body.
Yeah,
Oh god.
I'm down.
until you become out mode, can't afford it.
You can't
That-
upgrade into the new body.
Fuck.
no, I would never do that. I barely know how to use even fucking Google. I can't be trusted with an advanced cyborg body. I'd get so many viruses. No.
I mean, it'd have the strength of 10 gorillas.
Shut up.
Yeah, but I'd have to fucking buy NordVPN. That's a deal breaker.
Damn.
You get a whole
All these
year plus 4 months free.
Go on.
I don't
So-
know.
Well, anyway,
Go on. Read the sponsorship.
So- you were saying something, Buster.
Uh-huh.
You were saying something about how McDonald's workers, you don't really empathize with them and they can all go to hell. Well,
Oh my god.
I
That's-
want to know
Yep. Word for word.
exact words.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you. Read the minutes
Okay.
back.
There we-
So, what are your thoughts on you getting bad service, like the fries suck or whatever? Because I've heard people say, "Oh, what do you expect? They give minimum wage. Just take it. Shut up."
So so whenever it comes to bad service, like
Oh,
it
he's
depends
winding up.
on how egregious it is. Like if
That's a good point.
it's like if it's like one minor thing, I'd just be like whatever. Like kind of dumb that they like, you know, I don't know. They like threw the what do you call it? They threw the check at me or something. I don't know. But if it's like if it's just consistent throughout like my entire meal, then I would definitely say something.
Let's say it's just like you got stale fries. Everything else was fine, but your
Oh.
fries fucking horrible.
I
So,
mean, I
so
would.
you're talking fast food. You were talking restaurant. I mean, I think it's a little bit different. Like restaurant, that is ridiculous when like, not ridiculous, but it's a lot more surprising when you get poor service there because they're incentivized by a tip. Still definitely happens, and sometimes it's unintentional. Sometimes they just get like bogged down, and when that's the case, you know, I'm usually pretty forgiving. I mean, I'm usually pretty forgiving no matter what. But yeah, when it's something where like they're just consistently being rude to you and like actually not accommodating you, then yeah, that's pretty upsetting. If it's fast food, like fries, like being a little cold, I'm not gonna complain about that.
Yeah,
Um,
same
If
here.
they get my order wrong though, then yeah, I'm gonna complain. I'm not gonna be like, you piece of shit, and like throw the bag and the burger at them or something.
World Star.
Was-
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was actually one instance that I had a couple months ago, where so it was a restaurant, and it was like me and some of my ex coworkers, because like we try to do like dinner every once in a while just to like kind of catch up and hang out. And there was one time where we got a server where like we could just tell that he was having like a bad day. It was just like, because like the way he was being like very short with his answers. He was being like very, kind of like as a matter of factly. He wasn't like, really talking to anybody. He was kind of just like, I want to get my job done and get out of here. And like initially we were kind of like, okay, that's weird. But the one thing that made us have to like do something is we were trying to get his attention, because like one of my friends wanted to like, get like a drink, right? And so he tries to like call the waiter when he was walking by, but he just like walked past. He just kept going. And when I saw that, initially the friend was like, he did speak kind of quietly. So I was like, oh, maybe he just didn't hear you, because like, you were talking kind of quiet and like it's super loud in here, blah blah blah, whatever. So the next time that he came past, I specifically kind of like made more of a motion to like get his attention. Like I literally like leaned over a little bit. I was like, hey, excuse me. And then as soon as I did that, he still like just straight up walked past me. And then like everybody at the
Dang.
table saw. So we were like, oh shit, like no, he is just actively ignoring us right now because of whatever's going wrong. So what one of my friends did was, they had like called the manager over, and they were like, hey, can we like get a different like server or something like that, and he's a general manager, so he was trying to be nice about it. He's like, look, like I totally get it, like if somebody has a bad day, like he might be having a bad day, or like something could be going on with him right now, but the way that he's acting, I think like, it's just not making us comfortable right now. Like, can we get somebody else? And like the manager took care of us and like got us a new server and all that other stuff. But that was the first time where I was like, oh my gosh, like this dude just legitimately was like, I don't want to like deal with you guys right now.
What was this guy, a teenager or a grown ass man?
Uh, definitely not I would say he was probably in his like 20s.
Yeah, that's why.
So,
That's why. When you're in your
But-
20s, I still include you as a kid.
okay, so then my question to you would be, is it going to be acceptable for us to or is it going to be okay for us to accept the fact that these people hate their lives and all that other stuff, so they can just do that kind of stuff to customers?
No, never acceptable.
So then with my situation, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't bring it up. I didn't like complain about it, or I just said that it felt weird to like not have the person say anything to me and then just like hand me my food. Because I've been so used to people, at least even if it's just like have a good day, just something as simple as that. But it was just like complete silence. They
Here's
didn't
your
say
super
anything.
yummy food.
Yeah, super yummy
I mean-
food.
I expected him to start playing violin, sucking my dick, free food. Completely unacceptable.
I
expect
I
better from you,
legitimately want to
Applebee's.
know. I want to know if you would feel the same way if it happens, because I don't think you've
I'd be pissed.
experienced it.
No, I've had bad service like that. I don't remember it, but I'm sure it's happened. I would be furious. I would Karen.
Okay.
Damn, Karen. You get a haircut?
Because they didn't say have a good day.
I don't mind about that. Fuck them.
But that's
But
what
if
I'm
they-
talking about. It's weird.
Yeah. As long as they're attentive, if they're not like being extra cheery, I'm not gonna complain. But yeah, if it's to that degree where they're not helping and like you're getting those like going postal kind of vibes from them, like yeah, it makes sense to bring up to the manager.
Yeah, they're just like they bring your food. They're not talking to you, but you hear them muttering under their breath. They'll miss me when I'm gone. It's like, oh, who?
Who?
Ooh.
That's what you would ask.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No,
Ooh.
no, like ooh,
No. Ooh.
Who
Yeah.
would?
yeah, ooh.
Who would miss you?
Oh, it's messed up.
Damn.
I don't give a fuck too much if the fast food place has like bad service. Like, I mean, not bad service, but like if they don't like talk to me. Like, so in your first example where like you get through and they don't even say anything, I'm just gonna be like, all right, fuck you, but whatever, like I'm not gonna really care. And like to me, I feel like that makes more sense. It is more the norm of what I experience compared to just the normal service industry. Usually, most of the time, the waiters and waitresses are pretty spot on.
Yeah, I think that honestly post vid Ona, I've gotten more
Vidona.
people at fast foods who don't really say as much to you.
Yeah.
But like I don't really think it's a problem. Honestly, the most I really expect is here's your food. Have a nice day. Anything beyond that is they are going above and beyond what I really expect. Anything below that, it's not really taking away from my experience, my 30-second exchange with this person.
So, what would you expect beyond? Here's your food. Have a nice day.
Here's your super yummy food. Enjoy. Wow. I hope you got the toy you wanted.
Just
Never
lean in.
do.
Yeah, you never
They
do.
live and give you little smooches.
Really, right on the cheek. Now on your way. Go go.
It's funny you bring up the Rona because one good thing that came out of it, I like that fast food employees, restaurant dudes, they wear masks now. I think that should be a normal thing, especially those fuckers at Panda Express. Because I remember they'd be like, okay, what's your second item and everything? And before the mask days, you see them spitting all over the fucking food. They're spitting on your Kung Pao and your chow mein and whatnot. Now that can't fucking happen. And that's a good thing. And we need to stay the course with that. Everyone else is free except them. And I'm okay with that.
I mean, realistically, they should have a two-sided sneeze guard and wear a hazmat suit.
Yes.
Realistically.
Yes. They need to look like the end of ET. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I should be seeing when I walk into Panda. I shouldn't be able to tell if there's a panda in that suit.
Or what if the hazmat suit is designed to look like a panda?
Oh, I'd like that.
Oh, hell
yeah.
yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Okay. They better never
man.
take that off.
Have little panda face masks.
Yeah.
With it's got the cutesy little uwu face on it.
That'd be cool. Oh
It's
no.
like, oh.
You're speaking about fast food. I recently found out that the Colonel from KFC, he loved to get into fights. And one time he went to a barber shop and he just decked this fucker getting a shave.
That's cool.
Yeah, all the
pretty cool.
shit flew off his face, and then he was thinking about abducting his own children.
Nice.
Jesus.
Yeah, he got his bitch wife divorced him, and so what he did was he was thinking about like kidnapping the kid, but for some reason he was thinking about kidnapping not only that kid but multiple children.
What?
Yeah,
And his wife's the bitch for keeping him away.
hey, I don't even know her name, but we all know the Colonel.
Well, didn't she divorce him because he wasn't making money? Because like that was before he was successful, obviously.
You see, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
Why do you guys
Gold
know
digging
Colonel
bitch.
Sanders lore?
Well, I know it because I watched on the History Channel the group of specials like the food that built America. I think that's what it was
course-
on.
of
So
course
they
you did.
talked about him. Yeah, I mean, I like that kind of stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the divorce happened like 8 years before like he got any success.
8 years. That's wild.
Well, I mean, like he was really old by the time he found success with the
Yeah, he was
Well,
pissed
yeah.
about that. He would cuss all the fucking time. He was always mad.
Yeah,
Well, he's the colonel.
he's a very angry guy. Now, who do you think would win in a fight, him or Ernest Hemingway?
What the fuck? He just wrote books, right?
Uh,
Like
No.
Girl Fried Chicken just made chicken.
yeah, there you go. See, you're just generalizing the
Yeah.
man
One
based
of
on
them
what
is
he's
in the
known
kitchen
for.
moving around. The other one's sitting at his fucking desk, clicking and clacking.
He's a boxer.
Clicking and clacking.
Wait, who the fuck's Ernest Hemingway?
Yes, he's also an accomplished author who wrote mediocre media.
Oh,
And that's what he's known for. That's what he's known for, but he is a boxer too.
Okay, well, is he fighting the Colonel when he's a fucking 70-year-old man? 'Cause
Well, I mean,
that's-
Ernest Hemingway was like a spring chicken. But if he was a
Well,
spring chicken, then the Colonel could beat him.
wasn't Ernest
I think, yeah.
Hemingway the author that was considered like really sexist and always get into bar fights and shit?
Yeah. He'd fight a lot. He'd be
Damn.
super sexist.
So
I mean,
unless I think of
that-
a different writer, like what you call it, Channel 5 with Andrew Callahan. He was formerly All Breaks No Gas, I think is what it was called
Yeah,
before.
I think so.
Yeah, he went down to Florida where they had an Ernest Hemingway lookalike contest, and like
What
they're
the hell?
just, and like the whole thing is just like they're all old fat white men, and like they would just like be sexist and talk shit. It was pretty fucking good special.
That's awesome.
That sounds pretty dumb.
I think it was Ernest Hemingway. I don't know. I'll correct in post if it was someone else.
I believe it. I believe it. It's canon in my head now.
Yeah,
For
just
now.
say it. Just say it in the AI voice.
Allow me to date this. When you play the lottery, like the current lottery, the winner received, I believe, 1,350,000,000.
Yeah.
When you try to play the lottery, it's a big pot like that. Do you get mad at the guy who wins?
No.
Are you
I
asking me
mean-
if I get mad like
That's
every
everybody.
other week?
Uh,
If I get mad twice a week, depending on the pool.
I get. Well, I'm gonna say. Let's say when it's a really big pot and somebody
So
wins all
specifically
that
when it's a
money.
big pot.
Yeah, specifically. I'm not a
No.
madman. I'm being reasonable.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't really think about it. The only time like I find it like slightly upsetting, which is I would admit unreasonable, is when I find out that the winning ticket was sold somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
That's when
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like,
Oh,
oh,
man.
that's when I really think about it. Because I'm just like, oh, like
Kick yourself.
it was this city. Like, what if it was like, that donut shop I went to,
Mm-hmm.
or
If I
like
wasn't
something like
recording this
that.
stupid fucking podcast, I would have bought the ticket.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
I don't think like that. I don't think like that. But yeah, like when it feels closer to me is when it kind of gets on my mind.
See, I'm
Yeah.
the
I
opposite.
just get mad at
pissed.
people who want to keep giving California more money.
California's so good with money, though.
Agree with that. Oh yeah, we're great. Fucking great.
Amazing.
You're
One of
just
the
like,
best.
I don't pay Mr. Newsom enough tax. He needs more of my money.
Yes.
let
Goes
me
straight
get to
into
that
his
liquor
bank
store.
account, right?
Yeah. Goes right to you write it out, Mr. Newsom.
Yeah, I get mad at the winner. Like the current dude that won, some fucker in Maine. He won all of it, and that I don't know, it just pisses me off. Nobody
Well,
deserves that much money unless it's me.
well, here's the thing. You can probably be glad to know that he's gonna ruin his life with all that money because I don't want to say 9 times out of 10, but I'll say 7 times out of 10. Most people who win the lottery usually screw their life over by doing a bunch of stupid stuff, and then they like lose pretty much all of their winnings.
That makes me feel a little better.
Yeah, it's something. It's definitely a majority of people. It's more than half of people who win. It's. I think it's only when it's a substantial amount. Well, I guess any millions is substantial, but I think it's like if you're winning over 10 million, more than half of people who do win that much end up in a worse situation down the line than they started in.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
think of the uncle from Next Friday that moves out to Rancho Cucamonga after he wins the lotto.
Oh shit.
Man, I don't remember that. I didn't watch
Yeah,
that.
Got these cheeseburgers,
Move to
man.
Rancho though.
that is a very different movie, but
I know it made me think of that though.
suck your dick, man.
Man.
The second time we've referenced that quote on this podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
More
Powerful
time.
quote.
Yeah, cheeseburgers.
Powerful quote. I suck your dick.
Defined a generation.
It's right up there with to be or not to be. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I'll suck
I
your dick,
mean,
man.
Don't Be a Menace was like that was peak parody movie comedy for me. Well, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I'll stand by that statement. Actually, yeah, for me, I fucking love Don't Be a Menace.
Oh, it's great. Parody to me died, the parody comedy, after Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
exactly like
After? I thought it was during.
After. Uh, 2, well,
Scary Movie 2 had some funny parts.
Yeah, it did. It
is that
definitely
the
had
one with Charlie
moments.
Sheen?
that
No, I
2?
think that was 3. I think it was
Yeah,
3
Yeah, I
because
think
that
it
was
was
the one that was like War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
I didn't mind 3. 3 was okay.
It was a big drop off after 2.
Yeah, it was drop. Yeah, but that was
Even 2 had some
passable.
really dumbass parts to it, but it was still funny.
And then they ruined the parody thing by coming out like Meet the Spartans, date movie, all that stupid shit. They just flooded the market.
I
Yeah,
mean, they still make movies like that, right?
I
Like
don't
somehow
see him that often.
I remember reading
Uh,
an article a long time ago saying like the directors are fully well know like how shit their movies are, but like it's kind of like Adam Sandler where there's just like a formula that they stick to and they make money. So it's just
interesting.
like
Well, I mean, that
yeah,
stuff wouldn't be coming out in theaters then, right? That'd be just like going straight to streaming services.
probably yeah.
Because,
Well,
like,
maybe nowadays, yeah.
yeah, because I mean, comedies in general don't really come out to theaters nearly as much as they used to.
Yeah, I can't
I
think of the
didn't
last
think about
comedy I
that.
saw.
Yeah, comedies don't
Yeah,
really
that's
go to
true.
theaters.
Nobody wants to laugh anymore.
No,
No,
well,
it's
no,
a horrible thing.
no one finds anything funny anymore. Everyone's just like, "That's offensive." I'm offended at how offensive that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so talking about scary movie reminded me. Do you remember that Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out? I don't want to say it's early 2000s, where it was like Marlon
Yeah.
Wayans was in it.
What?
Yeah, there's one where Marlon Wayans was like in a D&D movie, and they had jeez, I forgot the name of the guy. They had a couple of like big name actors in that movie, but I
Huh.
just thought it was so freaking weird that was the casting decision for that, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a funny movie because it's Marlon Wayans, he's the funny man.
He is funny.
He is the funny man.
I did not
Um,
see it. Was it funny?
no, it wasn't fun. Well, actually, Marlon Wayans actually was kind of the comedic relief, but
Okay.
no, it was
Of
very
course.
much a serious movie. And yeah, I remember thinking that he was going to be the star of the movie, but he was not. He was very
No.
much a side
Well,
character.
Marlon Wayans? No. They weren't gonna give that to him.
I think that'd be cool to see a D&D movie starring him.
I
Could be a
mean,
bard or
you're not
something.
wrong. But,
um,
yeah, I could see that.
actually, so the other night you asked me about the whole Wizards of the Coast thing going on. You know, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm.
Well, so for anyone that's not familiar, Wizards of the Coast has been having, well, I guess like back to back controversies lately, just with everything that was going on with Magic the Gathering. And, well, I mean, you guys, so I don't really play Magic. I used to a long time ago. But Mr. Biscuits and Keloid are very much, and BusterZero still play. I mean,
Well,
so
you're
what?
forgetting that our audience are a bunch of Chads. What is Magic the Gathering?
Well, why don't
Go into
you
explaining it.
explain that? Well,
Oh, God damn
don't
it.
explain Magic the Gathering. Don't explain Magic the Gathering.
It's a
But
card
like,
game. You got
what is
goblins and shit.
what was the first issue basically that arose with like wizards and you know, basically I know there was two main things. Obviously, there was the main collector's edition, 30-year anniversary that they came out with that was
Yeah.
ridiculously priced and useless, and then also just general issues with them just flooding the market with cards.
Yeah.
Um,
So, which one do you want to do? You want to do the 30th, or do you want to do the flooding the market?
I'll talk about the market flood.
Okay. So the 30th edition one was the one that came first. Basically, what ended up happening was that it was their 30th anniversary, so they're like, all right, we're gonna release basically it was what the first was it the alpha cards or what was it supposed to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alpha,
alpha,
beta.
beta, and
So basically, like the first cards to ever come out, they were gonna quote unquote re-release them. But what it was that specifically the cards they weren't like they weren't legal in any like format because they had like different backing. It was a
Pretty much
booster
proxies.
pretty much. It was a booster box with I think only 4 booster packs of how many cards?
15.
15. Um and then it it ended up costing like $1,000.
Yeah,
And the
4 fucking
reason
Yeah.
packs.
so 4 packs of random cards because they were all still randomized that you can't use in any legal format for $1,000 and not only that but it was like the only way to get them was through Wizards of the Coast because you couldn't like they weren't really selling it to card shops unless they had like a special connection with them. Like they would give them like 1 or 2 boxes and that's it. But other than that you had to buy it directly from Wizards. And like
Yeah.
people were just pissed off because it's like like what is the point of buying a randomized booster box of 4 booster packs for $1,000 that you can't even use it like legally? Like you can still play with your friends and all that stuff, but why would you even want to do that? So that like people already just like lost their minds with that one. And then after that it led into
So kind of a long time in the history of Magic. For the most part, most years you would find that there would be 4 primary sets that would come out, and usually 2 supplementary products. And throughout most of the history of Magic, that was most years. And then in recent times, they've been releasing so much extra supplementary product that it's nearly impossible for the average player to keep up with the amount of product coming out. It's the point where, like, instead of having the 6 or even 8 or even 10 things in a year, you would find that in this last year, I think what came out was uh I I think it was over 45 different products to buy with like the separate secret layer drops that they do, like a bunch of grouping of singles, uh primarily targeted at people who want to invest or highly collectible cards. So like there's no way you could keep up. And then product delays with supplementary product and quality going down, quality control being like really awfully done with a lot of these products. Just totally impossible to keep up with. It was to a point where like it felt like every 2 weeks you'd have to find out about new things being spoiled, and just downright awful of an experience as a
Yeah.
player who wants to keep up with the stuff. And then now Wizards of the Coast with Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, well, I mean, just to touch on both the things you guys talked about. I mean, to me, it really just seems like both Wizards and Hasbro are just screwing over the entire community. First of all, like BusterZero, you talked about how when it came to these collector's editions, that they would not even offer them through most gaming shops. Which the gaming shops, have really stood up and like supported basically the entire hobby. Whether you're talking about the Magic the Gathering, or any other types of collectible trading card games, TCGs, or also in the RPG genre. And it seems like that's a pattern where not only were they fucking over the shops, they're fucking over uh, the player base as well. Just with both things, with that as well. I mean, and I know like I don't keep up with Magic, but you guys talk about it a lot, and it always confused the hell out of me when you're like talking about 2 new sets. I'm like, what? I thought Kamigawa or whatever just came out, and now like you guys are talking about like 3 new things that have come out already. Like it's ridiculous compared to back in the day when I actually played.
Oh yeah, insane.
See, the greedy fucking assholes. That's what it is. I'll break it down. Greedy fucking assholes trying to milk every fucking cent out of the player base. That's why, and the player base is a bunch of stupid assholes too, and they fucking buy the things. They've shoved their dick far in there, and we were okay with it. We're like, okay, but now the balls are in there too, and that's just too much. And that's the thing. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, that all starts out right with Hasbro when Hasbro told Wizards of the Coast, we need you to hit these profit numbers in 4 years, and Wizards is like, okay, well, you said how high, we can definitely jump, and they did it in 1 year because of secret layer drops and all this extra product. Um, Straight up insane.
Well, the fucking player base
so-
doesn't know how to, manage their money. We do
Well,
buy a lot of stupid shit on whims.
you're not wrong, but I mean, the majority of people who are actually keeping up with Magic product primarily are collectors rather than the average player.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of
but
people
if
are treating it like that. Yeah.
but you can't just have for collectors to keep collecting, there has to be worth. And if the general player base goes ahead and draws out, that's not going to make the collectibles as worthwhile, especially when they're printing so much. It's different if it's like something that goes out and it's like, oh, I've got this because it's rare. No, they were printing like a million different things. Now you just have this worthless product you can wipe your ass with.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, wait, you're muted.
Invest in Digimon.
No, we can't hear you. Can you guys hear him?
No.
I don't hear him. Learn to
Nope.
use technology, dude.
Let's see.
What a dick.
You're
And-
not muted on Discord, so I don't know. Like it's weird because you're moving your mouth in VR
Oh,
chat.
hello. Okay, I
There.
Thought
think
they found you.
I accidentally hit the button on my microphone.
Oh, it's
Damn.
weird because like the whole time. So I guess your VR chat's probably
Oh
hooked up to a
god.
different
That's
mic.
and I'm like, oh, I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I
say
saw
something.
I saw your mouth moving. I'm like, what is he breathing loud? What's going on? Okay.
What I
All
was
right.
trying to say, so to kind of add like a small little like note to that too. So Wizards of the Coast did like a fireside chat where they're basically like they were going to quote unquote answer questions of like, you know, the community, and like we're gonna explain to you like how certain things are and blah blah blah, all that other stuff. And one of the things that they had brought up was because like somebody asked the question, it's like, are you guys gonna like just calm down with like printing so much stuff, like is that gonna happen, or are you guys just gonna keep doing it? And basically their response was like, well, we're not really gonna slow down,
Go fuck
but
yourself.
but kind of, because they were like, we realize that some of our product is just not for everyone. Like some people will buy this product, some people will buy the other product, but we just want to make all this product so that somebody will buy it. That's
Yeah,
basically what it boiled down to.
They go after the whales.
But like,
Yeah.
I mean, like Faiez said, like if they're just printing stuff out all the time, then what's the point of collecting it if it's like, oh well, I have to buy another set, and like, I mean, some of those sets don't even do well. Like some of them had like terrible launches.
It's FOMO.
But is it really FOMO if like they? But they're like they realize that it's not even selling because
It'll
the aftermarket kills it.
it'll hit a breaking point because like you see the same thing in the video game industry where like Ubisoft and Activision will pop out keep pumping out the same games in the same genres, and eventually their player base starts to dwindle and they get some backlash from it. So like yeah, there'll be some gains, but at a certain point they're going to have to realize what they've done and turn it around. The problem is that Magic the Gathering is not the same as a video game. You could go ahead and pause and stop making so many Assassin's Creeds, and then finally come out with one and actually put some effort into it and fix it. Because that's kind of an isolated thing. But when it comes to a trading card game, that's a living, breathing thing where you've got people who have been collecting over years. So they're doing. I feel like Wizards is just risking doing permanent damage to their brand, their player base, and their entire company with both everything that's been going on with Magic and with D&D.
Yeah, which I mean, it also hurts Hasbro for the most part. You know, one of the biggest game companies around. Uh, Magic the Gathering, or well, Woods of the Coast specifically being one of their biggest sources of income.
Yeah. Oh, and I think also Hasbro has been losing a lot of money in other areas outside of Wizards. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think that's where a lot of because I mean Hasbro's owned Wizards for a while.
Yeah,
I
they
want to
have.
say since early 2000s.
Yeah,
Maybe earlier.
um,
Um,
maybe it was only recently that Wizards was made a division of Hasbro, though. That was when they told
uh,
Wizards of the Coast, "We need you to um, hit the gas and bring in more money."
Yeah,
Makes
we
sense.
all they got is fucking Monopoly. No one buys toys anymore. No one, no one buys those shitty board games anymore. So they turn to Magic and they're like, hey, this literally prints money. Just keep pumping it out. Fuck the stupid fans. They can't tell the difference. Just keep pumping it out.
Well, I mean,
And
not
for
just that. Obviously, now with the current thing saying that D&D is under monetized.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I forget the exact quote, but the CEO of Magic the Gathering. Actually, hold on, I've got my notes over here. Let me pull
Handy
that up.
dandy notebook.
Ooh.
Blue Skidoo weekend 2. Right into Point Pleasant.
Okay, yeah, it was Cynthia Williams. So she's the CEO of Wizards of the
She's a
Coast.
bitch.
But maybe she what she said is basically that she thought that D&D, like the brand, is under monetized, and basically she wants it to go ahead and start utilizing and adopting a model where they model it basically after video games. So basically what she's saying is that she wants to turn D&D into a live service, meaning that it's something where you're constantly paying into, because when you think about it, D&D, it's really the dungeon masters, the DMs, that put most of the money into the hobby. That's where Wizards gets most of their money when it comes to D&D, at least traditionally. That model has started to change within the past year, and with the way that D&D and Wizards of the Coast is trying to take D&D with their new direction with One D&D, and also probably with these new licensing changes they're trying to push, seems like they're trying to change that. So one of the things that they started doing is that D&D Beyond, we've used it before in like D&D games that we've run, but I don't think you're aware of it, Mr. Giggles, but or Mr. Biscuits.
I have no fucking clue. All I know is you won't let me use my fucking character.
I will not let you use your fucking goblin.
I want the public to know I made a character.
Ugh.
Yes. His name
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
His name,
We're cutting this out.
no, no.
There will be silence.
His name is Wiggles, and he's a goblin. He had his dick ripped off by a wizard because he fucked his wife, and this does. No, I say it out loud. This does sound stupid. I'm sorry. He
Now
uses
is
his,
when you realize it.
he uses his ball sack as a weapon, but he doesn't feel pain because it's covered in calluses. And he won't. He says it's too stupid. It'll ruin the whole campaign.
Which you just
That's
admitted.
that's actually not what I said. I said I would do a one-off with you, but I would never
I
do
want
a
a whole
campaign.
campaign. I don't want a one-off. I don't want to
Alright,
hit
well,
it and quit it.
hey, you
I
become a
mean,
DM,
that's
you
what your
do a whole
goblin did.
campaign.
He didn't quit. He's on revenge.
He was forced to quit.
Well,
No, he wants to get it back. The wizard has his dick.
Well,
He's
until
talking about the
then, he's
wife.
quit.
with the way things are going, I might not even want to do D&D moving forward anyways. Like I legitimately might just turn to Pathfinder because I'd already bought
Oh,
the
wow.
Pathfinder second edition books.
Not
But yeah, so
Shadowrun.
not well. Actually, I would love to play Shadowrun. I just don't. I don't
Eh.
want to learn the rules. Like I don't want to DM the rules. If someone else DM'd Shadowrun or like Cyberpunk or Vampire the Masquerade, like there's a lot of cool like
It's
old
an
school
awesome FPS.
RPGs.
Give it a try.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and fire up Windows Vista or my
The
Xbox
360,
360.
yeah. Play with the only 2 people still playing.
Stupid ass. All right, but big, yeah. Your fucking goblin aside, totally threw me off. What was I saying?
You're saying
D&D.
about D&D Beyond.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
D&D Beyond. So D&D Beyond was a third party actually created service. It wasn't originally owned by Wizards. And basically it was an online app, and what they would do is that they would go ahead and allow you to be able to create your characters, manage your characters all through the website basically. And it was just a really easy way to get started with D&D and manage things for people that prefer it to be digital rather than just sticking strictly to pen and paper. Also great, did very well during COVID to be able to allow for remote games as one of those tools. Um, and the way that D&D Beyond was able to, kind of operate and pull the rule set in is through the OGL. So the OGL is the Open Game License. That's something that Wizards of the Coast created. I want to say back in 2006 or early 2000s, a while back. I want to say it was right when they did third edition of D&D. So it was after Wizards of the Coast actually bought D&D, because D&D was not originally started by Wizards of the Coast. It was originally started by TSR, and that company went bankrupt. And then the new VP of Wizards at the time, Ryan Downsey, he actually went ahead and looked into TSR and saw, why did D&D fail? Why did this company with such a strong brand recognition fail and go bankrupt? Because that's how they acquired it. The company that originally owned D&D, Gary Gygax's company, went bankrupt. And what he found was that basically there was a big issue with just the uh, tabletop RPG company or industry in general. Um, One of the quotes that I was listening to a podcast where he was kind of talking about this a bit, which I'll put on the screen. I would highly suggest just watching that rather than listening to me ramble about it, because it's actually really good. But he goes ahead and talks about how tabletop RPGs is very community driven, and it's something where it needs support from the outside in order to grow. The analogy he uses is that, like, a tabletop RPG is kind of like a telephone. Telephone's a great piece of technology, but if there's not standardization, everybody has the same telephone and is able to talk to each other, it's pointless. So he was saying that that was the problem that was having affecting D&D and all the other tabletop RPGs, which started going downhill towards the latter part of the 90s. So his idea for this was to go ahead and model it basically off of Linux and open source. So if you don't know what Linux is and open source, basically it's just a concept where it's uh, an operating system or a platform where the code and the ability to use it is all free. And that's what he wanted to do with D&D and with the rule set. He wanted to make the rule set freely available to be used by other third parties to create content for it. So that way you could go ahead and create your own adventure and actually sell it and make money off of it using D&D's rule sets. And basically the idea is that D&D Wizards would benefit because they don't have to invest into these adventures, and they would get more players coming their way, and these other third parties would be able to make money by writing their own publishing sets that is going to go ahead and be able to be used freely with a wide or with a home brand like Dungeons and Dragons. So it was a really cool concept, and that's what inevitably invigorated D&D. Like, I want to say last year they're now worth $1 billion as far as like the business and revenue that they do for D&D. So it's actually pretty substantial. Magic the Gathering still kind of dwarfs it as far as like how much money it brings in, but Dungeons and Dragons, compared to anything else in the industry, when it comes to tabletop, it dominates it. So that's what the OGL was. And the main controversy now is that they are looking to change that OGL. So the first thing that they're going to do is that they wanted to create a new OGL, and in this OGL, anybody that used it for like the new edition of D&D was going to get charged royalties. If you make over $750,000, you get charged 25% royalty. That means you have to pay Wizards of the Coast 25% of your income. And that's not even after profit, that's gross. So before you pay taxes, before you pay yourself,
Wow.
you got to pay you got to pay Papa Wizards of the Coast.
Thanks, Biden.
Yes. Um, and also, if you made even $50,000, you have to actually report your revenue constantly to Wizards. So that was bad enough. People were like, "Jesus, that is incredibly greedy." But then they also included a provision where they said, "Oh, at any point, we could take ownership of your
Yeah,
property, everything
that,
that you
that
wrote."
that was a huge kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's ours.
I mean, imagine like Critical Role. Critical Role is
Oh
a
yeah.
large part of what made D&D popular. So Critical Role, they're actually the highest earning channel on Twitch. So they're freaking huge when it comes to just like a company basically. Uh, but they started off with just like a very small channel and built that up using D&D. And I mean, you could argue that they're not necessarily using the OGL just to play a game and monetize it and stream it. But they've created adventures based off of the world that they built, a whole bunch of different material. Imagine if they took all that work that Matthew Mercer had put, and then all of a sudden just take ownership of it. And while like it's not written in an explicit way, and the Wizards try to say, "Oh no, we're not trying to do that," uh, the fact that they put it in there that they could do that at any time is what kind of ruined the entire trust. And they also included a provision that said that they could change the OGL at any point with just 30 days of notice, which is very different than the original license. The original license was designed to be in perpetuity, um, which is also the stupid part because Wizards is trying to actually shut down the original OGL, which it's not written in a way where it seems like that would be possible, but they're trying to use some stupid legalese where they're saying that, oh, it technically didn't say the word irrevocable for this license, so that means we can revoke it. It's like, but it says in perpetuity. Like, you're just,
So then
yeah,
so then how this would work would be if they can't revoke the original OGL, the original OGL would be like, oh, applicable to like 5th edition and before, and then this new OGL, well, whatever the license would be called. I don't want to call it open, but I guess it um would be just for the new edition they're trying to push out, the one.
yeah. So the new edition that they're coming out with is called 1D&D.
Yeah.
And the second they revealed this, I saw a bunch of red flags because I immediately saw that like, oh, they're trying to do live service with this because they came out with like what the announcement of 1D&D. They started showing this 3D like basically virtual tabletop. So basically being able to play D&D in a video game and like being able to have these pieces that would be cool and animated. But the second that I started seeing all this, I'm like, oh, these are all assets you're probably going to have to buy. So I was like, okay, so they're trying to go ahead and create this thing, and like they're going to try to create money. So basically, it's just they're trying to create a way for them to have a shop that you go in there, get some V-Bucks, start spending money on that stuff. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And I mean, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but hey, if uh, maybe they could do it in a cool way where they said like actually create a shop that could be player owned and let you like create assets and sell those assets or offer them for free for other DMs to use in their games. So, I try to refrain from judgment. I'm like, okay, this could be a cool thing if Wizards isn't, greedy as fuck about it.
Yeah, they won't do any of
But
that.
yeah, but I mean, with the way things look, it definitely feels like no, they are looking to shut everyone out. Because I mean, most people looked at this OGL, this new one, where they're trying to go ahead and get this revenue, these royalties. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't actually move the needle for Wizards to be able to take those royalties in. That's not going to give them a substantial amount of money. So what most people think is the reason why they're doing this is they're trying to make this whole OGL a poison pill. The idea is that you sign into this new OGL license, and we get rid of the old one, and it stops people from making content. So you only buy content from Wizards. So it's like the exact opposite way that D&D rose to being so substantial, which was, all community driven. Now they're trying to bring everything back in and say, no, we want to go ahead and sell every single piece of property that is D&D related, or at least dip our toes into anybody else that does it.
Which I mean, like, honestly, I think D&D could be monetized better without having to do something like that. I mean, like, people who love D&D are more than willing to buy like cool little product for the tables, like, little dice towers and things like
Yeah.
that. If they wanted to have that program where you can play like a game be like something that, like, oh yeah, you can pay to use this, that'd be like, I'm sure people would be down to do that. And then rather than, try and nickel and dime them, and just be like, okay, well, maybe we'll sell like huge packs of shit as like it comes out. That'd be all right, I think. But like, yeah, I don't know, like, it doesn't seem like it's reasonable to go to the lengths that this seems to be going to.
It's not only am I angry about it, and like it's very anti-consumer. I just don't think it's a good strategy for them.
Oh yeah.
I think they're shooting themselves in the foot, because Wizards of the Coast used to be a brand that a lot of people would like. Dungeons and Dragons is a brand that everybody loved
Yeah.
and probably still likes, but now they are ruining that reputation. The most important and valuable thing about D&D was the brand, and they've got that. But now they're soiling it. They've ruined all the goodwill that they've formed over the past like 5 or 6 years of amazing success that they've had.
Yeah, it's a damn
And
shame.
and
They
it
become
it
evil.
really I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
a
they're
lot of the thing
Saruman.
is, I mean, and by they, it's the executives. I mean, Wizard of the Coast employees that work, like the designers, are the ones that leaked all this. So the OGL was set to come out, and it was gonna come out with all those terms listed on January 13th. But it was leaked to I believe it was Gizmodo about the OGL. Basically, an anonymous source gave the entire OGL over there. That way, it would blow up, and people would be able to react to it. And Wizards respond to this by or not Wizards respond to it. First, players responded to this by, like, trying to protest. Wizards was being quiet about it, not commenting. So everyone started basically a movement to start canceling D&D Beyond subscriptions. Because D&D Beyond had adopted a subscription model where you'd be able to pay like I forget, $3 or $4 every month, get access to a bunch of different books online, and be able to use that service. And then I think you could even share it with other players. So I mean, it was just like a little service that they used and a way for them to get money, and that's what they're all about now, is that RMR, recurring monthly revenue. So big them actually hitting that forced Wizards to be like, whoa, whoa, no, we weren't going to do all that, and they came out with a post on D&D Beyond where they went into detail and said, like, oh, sorry, this was never our intention. All we were trying to do with all this ownership stuff is to be able to revoke that in case if people try to make NFTs and all this stuff. Like, they try to use a bunch of buzzwords that people were that people would be upset about, like talking about defending against AI art and NFTs. But
Like,
no,
we're the good
nobody's
guys.
believing it.
We
Yeah.
tried fucking your ass, but you didn't like it.
The worst part about that message too is that they ended it saying like, "Oh, sorry, we realized we rolled a natural one on this." Blah blah
Shut up.
blah. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Wasn't
They're
a one.
just
That was
like
the most.
us.
That was the best way that could have turned out.
Well, and then also they had the gall to say this, like they were saying, like, people are going to say online that they won, but that's not true. It's only half right. You won and we won because we want to, communicate better and make this about the community.
Oh,
And that part really pissed
oh,
people off. It's just like, well, no, fuck you. You have to take the L on this.
yeah. Boo, boo. Jeez.
Wow.
It's the most upsetting thing is, like, so Peter Atkinson, the original founder of Wizards of the Coast. You know what the first thing that he ever made was?
What was it?
No.
So I mean, the first big system, big thing that they made was Magic the Gathering. But before that, they published a book. It was called the Primal Order, I believe it was. And basically, it was actually an RPG supplement. So the very first thing
Oh,
that the CEO of Wizards of the Coast made, as far as the product,
wow.
was a supplement for another RPG.
Yeah.
And
Huh.
and it got into huge trouble because it had to they made it so that it would be a blanket thing of like being able to bring in gods and deities into your RPG. So he wanted this to be something that would be system agnostic and be able to be put into any sort of tabletop RPG you play. But another game system and company actually sued him over it, called Palladium, and he had to settle. He had to with them because he was working on Magic the Gathering, and he's like, I can't jeopardize this. I don't have money for legal fees, and I want to be able to prioritize this thing, which I think is gonna be big, basically. So he settled on that the books he could only do like a limited release, and he had to slap big stickers on it saying like this is not made with the approval of Palladium and all this stupid shit. And after that, he started coming out with like a lot of like different projects and things. Like he wanted to create something called an envoy system where you would make all the different tabletop RPGs be able to communicate to each other. And that was back like in the early 90s. So like he had that same very vision, like the founder of the company, to keep the RPG industry open and collaborative. So like it's really fucked up that I mean, they're not like outright killing it, but they're definitely taking a lot of steps that would really cripple that industry. I say
Jeez.
would because I don't think it really would, because I think players, if they do go through with it, I think players are just going to stop playing D&D. Like
Yeah.
Paizo right now making Pathfinder is getting so much attention, like people are flocking over to it. And Paizo's actually coming up with their own license, their own version of the OGL to like stick the middle finger up to Wizards.
Yeah, that's what you got to do sometime.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, I know that was a big fucking monologue about it, but just something I want to talk about because like this shit has been like I'm very passionate about D&D. That's like one
Was
of the things I
eating
look
away at your
forward to the
soul.
most. God,
Ugh,
well, not
welcome
eating away at my soul. Like it's not something where like I'm depressed about.
at
I'm
your
just
wallet.
well, no, I don't give D&D
No.
anymore.
Yeah, not
Like
really.
Just say
it's not
yes.
like no. If I was playing Magic the Gathering, still yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I feel
that's
But
betrayed.
definitely.
I feel betrayed by Wizards.
oh,
On a
As you
daily.
should. You should feel betrayed because that's what they want.
yeah, actually, I would say that Magic the Gathering fans got more of the shaft than D&D because D&D fans, it's like, I mean, I think what D&D fans need to realize is like you're not a D&D fan, you're a tabletop RPG fan. Like, there's nothing stop. Like for me, like I've been running a campaign for 3 years. My next session that I'm gonna do in 2 weeks is literally gonna be the session 100. So we're deep into this, but I could easily convert it to a Pathfinder game. It doesn't have to be D&D. We play in a homebrew. Like I don't give a shit about Forgotten Realms or Sword Coast, any of that stuff. I don't need to play with their stuff. But
Wizards
with
might hear you.
no fuck 'em.
That's what he wants.
But I mean, with Magic, like you guys have invested into these cards, so like there's especially like I know a couple of you guys have like a lot of cards, and there's just hundreds and thousands of other players and shops and stuff that have the same. So like it's a huge disservice to them because there's a lot of money to be lost, not just by Wizards, but by the entire community.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. It's pretty dookie. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a stickler for a
Yeah,
tickler.
honestly, like kind of around the time that they announced the 30th anniversary stuff, I actually just completely stopped looking at spoilers. I was just like, oh, I already had like a bunch of wind taken out of me from like product fatigue, and then like they announced that, I'm just like, I don't know, like, how much do I like continue to have faith in this? I don't know. So like, I actually haven't bought anything for a while.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have any faith that they're gonna do the right thing until they actually like change their
No,
management.
they won't.
Oh, yeah.
They have to lose money first before they're like, oh, whoa. And it has
Oh,
to be
they
like a considerable, but it has to be like a considerable amount before they're like,
I mean, at the
Yeah.
moment, like their last quarter, I think they were down 14% over year. So it's like
well, that's good.
That's
they're
a good
saying like
start.
that's significant. And so like the problem is like the thing with the fireside chat where they say like, okay, well, like we're gonna stay the course essentially. My interpretation was that was like, like they do say from time to time like this stuff is planned out like about 2 years ahead of time. Like they've already had the R&D, they've already got like artists paid and all this stuff. And it's like, well, they can't not produce some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
They
like,
don't
well, yeah,
care.
I don't expect them to not slow down for at least a year. Sure, they could stretch out what they've got and probably go over 3 years, but like at very least the main sets still have to come out every quarter because that's still a rotating set.
For every player that says "fuck you guys," there's gonna be other players that say whatever, and they're just gonna keep giving them their fucking money. They don't care about us. They're just gonna go home and do another line of coke off a hooker's ass. That is Hasbro right now.
Well, I mean, the big thing is like how many players actually uh really look into the fact that like all this stuff is like detrimental towards like them collecting. Most people still to this day, even though they don't like these practices, still see the next set of spoilers and then just get their big boner over like what's being revealed. Like,
Yeah,
oh, that's such a strong card. I need to have that. I mean, honestly,
exactly.
both of your brothers are very much like that. They don't really think about like how bad it is for the health of the game. They just see like, oh, well, that's going to be great for this deck.
I feel like a lot of players are like that. They see it and they're like, they'll openly bitch about what's going on, but they'll still spend the fucking money.
Yeah, I think
Well,
it's kind of a big problem.
that's like any big because it's like the exact same thing with Pokemon. Like, how many times do you hear people complain about like, oh, this Pokemon game sucks, this Pokemon game sucks, and then they buy
They
it,
do.
and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, you're not convincing, the company that you don't like it. You're just basically telling him, I'm gonna give you the money no matter what.
They
Yeah.
think going on a forum is enough.
I I love how like out of touch you are, like that you think people still go on forums.
I am completely out of fucking touch.
Yeah, they do it on TikTok
They
now.
all
Come on,
they
man.
meet
Keep
up in
up.
Club Penguin and they talk about it.
Habbo Hotel, yeah,
Oh, Habbo.
yeah,
Yeah,
Neopets, yeah,
Yeah.
pool's closed.
yeah. They go on AOL chat rooms. Yeah, after they just opened their box of checks with the trial.
Damn. Oh shit.
I'm gonna
That's great.
ask Jeeves what all this is.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure you have no idea. Yeah,
Fuck.
log
I
on to
forgot
Ask Jeeves from your Commodore.
I forgot you'd get those AOL CDs with like boxes of cereal and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Free 10 hours.
try out this internet
Yeah.
for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember using those.
I never used them. I did the frisbee thing. Just pew.
Wacky,
Oh,
wacky stuff. Times have changed.
yeah. Times have
It is
changed.
current year.
Now, if you want free internet, you go to the library.
That's true. You can get it from the
I mean,
library.
You
or
mean
just
that homeless shelter with books?
Yeah,
Damn.
that's the one.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good.
Oh man, we're old.
Just a little bit.
Fuck you,
You're old too.
you son of a bitch.
I'm
You're
the
right,
oldest.
wait.
That's my excuse. That's why I don't know about anything.
Okay.
Are you the oldest?
No.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Biscuits is indeed the oldest. Ancient and
Okay.
decrepit, full of green dust. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
him.
My
Yeah,
parents
dusty old
fucked
bone.
before yours.
That's one way to put it.
Like right next to them?
No. No.
Yeah, give her a glaze.
No, stop. No.
Like-
No,
Wait
no,
a
no.
minute. Wait a
All
minute.
right, now let's make.
Faiez.
Oh wait,
Mr. Biscuits, you have November birthday, right?
Yeah, they had a good Valentine's
Oh,
Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're a Valentine's child.
Dude, fucking Scorpio. I used to think that was like a rarer one. I found it's literally the most common
It's the
star
most
sign.
common one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
you
feel a lot
loser.
less special.
It turns out a lot of people are assholes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm nothing special. I'll show myself out.
Oh.
Maybe later. We have to do the outro though.
Does that mean everyone who actually subscribes and looks at your comics are all Scorpios as well?
Oh,
Probably.
I don't know. I have a feeling like just fucking the same 3 people. They're the
Just
only ones that.
multi-counting.
Yeah, they've got a million fake accounts.
You
They
get
just-
more than like a few likes and views though.
Can I take this moment to yell at them?
Yes.
You want to
Okay,
yell
I
at your
don't
fan?
mind. I don't
You
mind.
fucking my fan base. You fucking piss me off. You tell me how you love my shit, how you look forward to it. You DM me, and then you don't give me one goddamn dollar. It's literally a fucking dollar, dude. I lowered the price. It used to be 10, and then I
Oh,
lowered the
God.
price. I lowered the price to 5 because I thought, okay, maybe that's asking too much. I was looking out for you fucks, and then that was too much, so I lowered it to fucking 5. I don't know if I just said that. That was too much. I lowered it to 1 fucking dollar, and you still won't give me your goddamn money. I can't survive off $1. I get taxed for that $1 by fucking Patreon. I lose money pretty much, but I still do it for you cocksuckers, and you still don't fucking give me your goddamn dollar that I want so desperately. So guess what? I'm about to raise the price again to 5 and lower what you get in Patreon. You get fucking nothing now.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
business model.
Let's
Okay.
see if it works.
I have a question. Mr. Biscuit.
Yes, you in the back.
Yes. How many dollars worth of paper and ink do you think you've used making these comics for
Fucking
the
more than
masses?
Patreon's got me.
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, I think you're definitely at a loss.
Oh, there's no. Yeah, I'm definitely, dude. I hate my fellow man.
I hate my fellow man.
Like, yeah, I like it when you press like and you put LOL and shit, but I want money. God damn it! I can't say to the tax man, here's 5 likes.
Damn.
You could try.
thought-
Maybe that'll be the new
tried.
currency.
It doesn't work.
There's 5 likes.
I thought we were bad on our first episode of the podcast, already talking about our Patreon tiers.
You probably have
we-
more success than me. I don't understand people.
Well,
I
yeah.
make
well,
them gold every week.
Well, I mean, you gotta. Most Patreons do well, like by actually offering something. Like,
Fuck 'em.
have you? All right.
I offered something and they didn't take it. They didn't bite. The fish didn't bite the hook. So fuck them. You get no bait. How do you like that?
Well, I mean,
Well-
it sounds like maybe your fan base might like you being this abusive. Like, have you
I
thought about
hope.
like trying? Have you thought about like trying to go into like the Paypig kink?
Oh.
Try
What is
to
that?
get
What does that
people
mean?
to.
Oh my
Oh,
god, he doesn't know.
You don't know what a
Paypig.
Paypig is?
No, I don't know. I never
Oh,
heard that before.
jeez.
Oh shit!
Is it a literal pig? What is it?
No.
Well, go close to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
similar. Yeah, it's not too far off.
Sort
So
of.
a pay pig is traditionally. I mean, it's not too dissimilar to like the idea of like an OnlyFans or something like that. But pay pig specifically is someone who gets off by giving money to someone else. It's like financial domination. So like they give you the
Oh.
money and then you're like, oh, you're a piece of shit, and they're like, oh yes, queen.
Oh, okay. That's kind of like what that fat fuck Nick Avocado does. He calls them peasants and shit, and they still give him money.
Do they give him money? Does he have like a? Because like, it's more so like it's a sexual fetish. It's not just like giving money to like.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
you. Go away.
And I thought the only thing that they
They
gave him
love
was an
hearing
apnea.
They
Damn.
do. They do actually.
I thought the only thing they gave him was an apnea and diabetes.
Oh, and money. I mean, how do you think he pays for all that fucking food?
Yeah, that's
That is true.
That's true. Man,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish I
Fuck
had
you,
mukbang
fans.
money.
Yeah,
See?
get them riled up. Keep it going.
See, you need to change your Patreon tier so that like you've got a tier where you send like a little voice message to everyone and call them fucking pieces of shit and ask for more money.
Dude, I put some shit that I thought was gold and nobody fucking bought. So fuck them. They get nothing now.
Oh, so you actually offered stuff to sell on
I
your
did
Patreon
it
before?
first. I did, yeah. I had stickers. I had you could tell me any idea you want. I'll make it to a fucking tell me any stupid ass idea you want because I knew it was gonna be fucking dog shit, and I would have turned it into gold. But no, there wasn't enough. I knew they would have been like, make one about Attack on Titan, some stupid shit like that. It didn't happen.
You didn't even get
Uh,
the Attack on Titan, no?
Nope.
no.
I had an idea lined up and everything because I knew it was gonna be fucking asked.
Have you
Oh, damn.
I mean, like yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what you mentioned was right. Like I thought we were bad when we very first episode started talking about Patreon tiers, but like while we were joking about it, like we
I'm
actually had
not.
ideas of like, yeah, I know. We actually had like some ideas out there of like trying to like have incentives, like like the recipes thing. I thought was kind of a fun
Yep.
idea. Yeah.
I'm literally changing my Patreon because right now you get 1 day before everybody else you can see the comic. I'm changing that to just say in big bold letters, you don't get shit. That's what I'm gonna fucking do.
All right. Good
Oh
job.
wait, so wait, it's a single tier?
Single tier, it's called the Broke Bitch Biscuit.
Okay. Single tier, broke biscuit, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be $5. You get nothing.
It was $1.
Yeah, but you're
It was-
saying you were gonna update it to 5.
I'm gonna update it to 5, and now you get
They
nothing.
get
And
nothing.
you used to be able to spend $1 and you get something. Now it's 5 and you don't get shit. You did this.
So
Alright,
would you be more open to leaving it at 1 if you had a single Patreon?
Yes. If I had a single motherfucker.
You know,
Yes.
actually, what you could do in this hypothetical situation where you have a single Patreon is you could have locked that tier to only having 1. That way that person could stay subscribed at the $1, feel like a real Mr. Biscuit supporter, and then all the other losers get to come in at $5 and get nothing.
Yeah,
That's
you could do
a good
that.
idea. If somebody would, give me $1, a goddamn dollar, I could fucking do that. But no, they don't.
Damn dollar.
They decide to keep it. They decide to keep it because reasons.
Yes, reasons.
Yeah, reasons. Of course.
No one's gonna go in the poorhouse for a fucking dollar, but I will.
So I have a question. When we put up our Patreon, are you gonna get on it?
Depends on the tiers.
Well, do you want
Fuck you! I
recipes
have a
by us?
Patreon. Are you on it?
I
You
don't have a
dick.
dollar. I have to start getting dollars from our Patreon to
damn it,
give
you're
you
right.
dollars.
Yeah,
It's a cycle.
it's a continuous loop.
Yeah. It's what's the serpent that eats itself?
Oh fuck!
Oh,
Damn it.
Ouroboros.
Yeah, it's an
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
It's an Ouroboros.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
an Aurora Borealis.
Patreon is an Ouroboros.
An Aurora Borealis. Say it
Yes.
right.
Yeah, you see it in the North Pole. Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
self-contained all
Just-
inside of your kitchen.
Yep. Just the Northern Lights.
Join today, my Patreon.
Yeah.
After everything you said.
End
Alright,
ad.
And-
I'll clip this and send it to you so you can put this on your Instagram.
I don't know if I will. You know
you
what?
should.
I'll think about it. Yeah, fuck it. I will.
I mean,
Fuck
why
'em.
not? I assume
Fuck
you're
'em.
already gonna link this when it comes out.
I don't know. Last time I did, it literally got you guys 1 goddamn follower.
Hey, 1 follower is
mean, that's
almost
one.
like you wanting $1.
I don't even know if it was me. It might have been some dude who just stumbled on you.
I mean,
That's what we want. We want people to stumble into us and like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we could check the numbers, see how many came from external links, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
is
he's
that
looking
your-
at my
your
Patreon.
Patreon?
Yeah, that's my Patreon right there, and he fucking everything's locked. I think the last thing I put was fucking me bitching that I had no that I had no patrons. So you
Good
can
job.
unlock that right now.
Boy, what
Could
a
unlock
treat!
s-
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
As soon as we wrap up here, I know where I'm going.
Yep. Oh man.
They don't even spread the word. I doubt they even tell their friends and family because I'm stagnant right now. It won't go up.
So wait. Do you actually mean you won't even put up the comic same day on your Patreon? Like they're still gonna have to like be
No.
drugging their knuckles all the way to your Instagram to
No,
see
if they're
your
supporting
comics?
me, if they're supporting me, I do put it the same day. But no one's supporting me, so fuck them.
But I'm saying like, you say you got someone tomorrow, right? And they, for whatever god reason, pays $5, and there's nothing on there. They can't even look at like your current comics that are already uploaded on
No,
Instagram. They'd have to go to
I
your
stopped
Instagram.
putting them. Yeah, they would.
Okay. Oh,
Fuck 'em.
okay.
As soon as I get one goddamn patron, I'll put it in the thing saying, "Hey, holy shit, thank you." I'll start doing stuff.
Just, just get a pay pig. You're
Just
the way
get a
you're
pay-
talking
I'm
about
trying, man. My tits aren't
no,
that
you are
big.
now. You're definitely doing it now. So it's out there. You're attracting the pay
I'm
pigs
just
right
so
now.
disgusted they won't give me their money.
Okay. Yeah. It seems like
Yeah,
it.
see, this
They
is
love my
perfect. You just
they say they love my shit, but they refuse to fucking show it.
Oh yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. I'm rolling right now.
Oh god.
I don't.
You're-
I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to put fetish content. Okay. Keep that to yourselves.
Nope.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, he's already going off right now.
That's right. We don't put finished content on our YouTube channel. We put it on our Patreon.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were
Sign
gonna
up
say
for our new Patreon
OnlyFans.
tier where it's only Bioka fetish content.
Yeah.
Oh
Don't
my
you want to see?
god.
Probably
Don't you want to see Keloid's hooves?
Oh yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they're
Yes.
gonna get a kick out of that one.
You could fucking
I
have
assume
your
that was.
avatar just show his asshole, and you'll
I
get
assume that.
patrons.
I assume that was pun not
Yeah.
intended.
It wasn't, but it
It's
works.
pretty good.
So hey.
Faye, we need you to model Keloid's asshole.
Oh man.
No.
Fully model
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
No.
Oh god. Oh. Oh
See,
no.
that's
Oh, no.
content they'll pay for.
Yeah. It needs to be able to fit something that big.
Oh no! Don't give me a pussy.
Oh shit!
This is
He
getting
spread
worse.
it up.
It's not in the licensing.
It's not
Can't
the
do
it.
license.
No sexual
Terrible.
stuff's allowed.
What time are we at for recording?
We're over 2 hours. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
definitely wrap this shit up.
Yeah, that
It's like
makes
a
think-
holiday special.
that is like
almost.
a holiday special.
Well, we're probably gonna have to cut out a lot of stuff.
Leave in my rant. I want them to
I mean-
fucking hear it.
To be fair, every time you say that, we never cut out anything.
Actually, no, I thought there was something that was cut out before.
Shh,
No.
don't talk about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then.
We've never edited a thing out.
It's all live.
Yeah,
Okay, I guess it is.
it's all live.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that should do it for today. Thank you all for watching for another episode of the Bioka Bakery, and thank you to our guests, Keloid, BusterZero, and Mr. Biscuit.
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Biscuit, Mr. Giggles.
It's my Christian
right.
name.
Oh yeah. All right. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.
So
Bye,
long.
you cheap fuckers. Bye.
Sayonara.
Yes.
Just keep your fucking dollar.
Paypigs.
Oh god, my face. Oh.
Okay.
I could go for some cheap ass McDonald's.